Good morning and welcome into the Lifeline Morning Show. I'm Steven. Thanks so much for hanging out with me. You know, I love getting your day started off on the right foot. And to help with that, I use an inspiring quote. Today's is so good. It's rather long, complex, but simple all at the same time, from Ralph Waldo Emerson, who said, "To laugh often and much, to win the respect of intelligent people and the affection of children, to earn the appreciation of honest critics and endure the betrayal of false friends, to appreciate beauty, to find the best in others, to leave the world a bit better, whether by a healthy child, a garden patch, or a redeemed social condition, to know even one life has breathed easier because you have lived. This is to have succeeded." Wow. That tells me the success is about so much more than what you have, than the kind of money you have in your bank account, the kind of house that you have, the nice flashy car. It's so much more than that. It's all about relationship. It's all about how you impact the world around you. How do people feel when you walk into a room? Yeah, that's what matters. Loving others. Sometimes it's not so easy. It takes a whole lot of patience, but you can do it. And I know you're working on that every single day. Because let's be honest, there are many ways we can show people our love and affection for them. So I want you to think of a new way today. Put it into practice and see if it doesn't make you feel a little better. To have succeeded just a little bit more. All right, that's it. That's what I got for you now. Can you kind of roll that around in your head today? Think about it and let it inspire you to have the best day ever. I know you can. Hey, I've got some really good music to inspire you too, like this song right here from Tauren Wells. It's called Crazy About You. One thing I realize as I get older is these memories of you live on in others, your family members, your friends, and there are always these little pieces that show back up year after year after year. People look at you and say, "Hey, you remember when?" And it's like you have this shared experience together, and there's something so cool about that. To know that you are known by somebody else and that you live rent-free in their head. that some great things have happened and great memories have been made. I love that. So I wonder, what's one of those that really sticks out whenever you get together with your best friend? What's the thing that you always end up talking about? It just keeps reoccurring and reoccurring. Well, I came across a comedian who's telling a story about that, and I think this is probably a little too relatable for a lot of people, because sometimes that memory, that thing that sticks out, is something that's just a little bit embarrassing, right? Something that happened maybe when you were a kid and you didn't really know any better, or you were just unassuming, you were so innocent, and this thing just happened and you just can't shake it. It's like it will not go away. Well, here's Nate Bargatze with a little bit about that in his life.
So there's 4 adults and there's 3 kids. Now this is the 80s. And they were like, let's just run to McDonald's and get the kids Happy Meals. Happy Meals are 79 cents back then. But back then, you could only pay with cash or gold. So between all 4 adults, they only had $2 on them. So someone's not getting a Happy Meal. So they come to me, the oldest, and they said, "Nate, is it okay if we don't buy you a Happy Meal?" Yeah, and I was very sad about it. But I said, that's okay, because I figured I would be rewarded for this sacrifice. How they have rewarded me is they still make fun of me to this day. I'm 43, and they still come up to me and go, "Nate, is it okay if we don't buy a Happy Meal?" They all laugh.
Just can't live it down. That happens to all of us. I love that he could share that. So funny. Again, that's Nate Bargatze. Here's Phil Wickham with I Believe. Your word of life today comes to you from Matthew chapter 7, verse 7, in the New Living Translation of the Bible. Keep on asking, and you will receive what you ask for. Keep on seeking, and you will find. Keep on knocking, and the door will be open to you. Wow. What does that say to you? It tells me that we have to be relentless, that we have to not give up. We have to keep doing it, keep moving forward, keep doing the right thing. and everything's going to be just fine. He promises that. Why don't you share that word of life with somebody? We've made it real easy for you to do that because we plaster it all over the place, all over our socials, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, Twitter, and TikTok, and it's always at the top of our website, 885jfm.com. A big shout out to Atlanta, Georgia, Reno County, Kansas, Gunnersville, Alabama, Helsinki, Finland. Thanks, y'all, for listening to us on the stream. And thank you for listening on the radio and the podcast as well. Life is so complex. Sometimes things are a little confusing. You ever had a now and later before? Yeah, kind of really, really sour on the front end and kind of chewy, but as you start to chew into it, it gets sweeter and it's better. Green apple's my favorite now and later. I love those things. They stick to my teeth though. Another one that I remember as a kid was lemon heads. Oh, those things were awesome. So sour off the top, and then they get really sweet the more you eat them, right? Yeah, so I want you to think about life. Sometimes you got sour and you got sweet, but it's pretty cool that some of the sour stuff can turn into sweet things in our lives. Just give it a little time, right? Well, I've got Emmy here on standby. She's going to explain that little thought to all of us in only a way that she can, and you're going to think, it's so cute. Stick around. I'll let her share it with you next after Citizen Way and Evidence right here on the Lifeline Morning Show on your 88.5 JFM, making your day better. Now get ready for all this cuteness. It's going to be an overload. The last time you went to the gas station, you probably saw Sour Patch Kids right there on the rack, ready for your kid to buy. I don't know, these kids love sour things, right? But there's something very special about Sour Patch Kids.
First, they're sour. And then, they're sweet. You know we get it poppin' like that. Sweet and sour like the grass. Sour Patch Kids. Sour, sweet, gone.
Pretty cool, right? Yeah, so at first, they're just offensively sour, and then they're sweet, like waking up that kid with that huge alarm, and then they turned it over to the music, and he got up and started dancing to get his day underway. Yeah, well, let me tell you, Emmy is 4 years old, and she has a particular way of explaining this whole phenomenon. Now, it's not necessarily candy, but life in general. You see, Emmy is somewhat of a philosopher already. And you see, her mom asked, how will you feel when biking ends? She says, we live in Montana, so when the snow comes, biking season comes to an end. And here is Emmy's reply.
Everything that's sour, you can turn it into sweet.
Absolutely.
See, we won't be able to bike in winter, but we'll be able to ice skate and ski, you see?
I do see.
I just turned a sour into a sweet. Everything that changes has a sweet to
Wow.
it. Over and over again. Sour, sweet, sour, sweet. See?
I do see.
At just 4 years old, to have such a grasp on life. I love that. Emmy, thank you. That was awesome, girl. Here's Elevation Worship with Trust in God. He turns the sour into sweet, doesn't he?
It took me a long time to learn the true secret to happiness. And here it is. Happiness is learning how to let any situation that you're in just be what it is without thinking or wishing that it should be what you want it to be. And then just making the best of it.
I got a really good feeling somebody's going to be winning some gift cards very, very soon. What will it be about, though? What kind of questions am I going to ask this morning? Stick around and find out. Say it with me in 3, 2, 1. Give me the horn. All right, let's crank that engine. Let's start that music so I can say, hey, everybody, it's time to play the Carline competition. Your chance to win some gift cards this morning. I wonder how smart you are on this Friday, the last day of the week. The weekend is almost here, but let's have some fun and kick it off early, shall we? Here it is. Here's your first question that could land you 3 gift cards, all right? And here we go. All right, well, the poinsettia, a traditional Christmas plant, is native to which country? Is it Mexico, Thailand, Russia, or Greenland? 256-505-0885 is the number to call. Oh my goodness, I've already got a caller. Stay on the phone line with me while I start this next song and I will get your answer. Here's Kane with Any More. Good morning.
Good morning.
Oh, I know that voice. Hi, Grace. How are you, darling?
Good. How are you?
I am doing wonderfully well. Thank you very much. Yes. So, Christmas will be here before you know it. In fact, we went to the park the other day, and I noticed some Christmas lights that were already hung up there. So they're getting ready for all that. And so with Christmas comes particular things, and this thing is coming. A poinsettia. It's a traditional Christmas plant. It's native to which country, though? Is it Mexico, Thailand, Russia, or Greenland?
I would have to say Mexico.
I would have to say you are correct. Congratulations, girlie. You just won some gift cards. What do you think about that?
I think it's pretty cool.
I think it's pretty cool, too. Now, here's the question. What are you going to do with those gift cards?
I think I kind of want to give them to my friends.
Your friends? Ooh, which ones?
So, I would probably first want to pick my friend Colt.
Colt. Tell me something special about Colt.
He just beside me. It's really fun to talk to him a lot of times.
Awesome. All right. And who's that second person?
That second person probably has to be Serenity.
Serenity. Awesome. What do you love about her?
Me and her are just best friends. Like, she's my bestie. We hang out a lot of times. It's really fun.
Awesome.
Her at sex and stuff.
I love it, baby girl. Thank you so much for sharing some love here on the radio. I'll make sure you get these gift cards so you can give them to your friends. Sound good?
Okay.
All right. Have a great day at school. Love you.
Love you too.
All right.
Love
bye.
you, Dad.
Love you too, Mom. Bye. I don't get to hear from her that often on the radio, but every now and then she'll call in. That's my daughter, Grace. Yeah, getting ready for the last day of the week. The weekend is coming, and she just kicked it off right. Hey, I wonder if you want to try to kick it off right, too, with 3 gift cards. Well, let's find out just how smart you are. And here we go. How do snakes eat their food? Is it swallowed whole? Do they bite it into pieces? They don't eat, or they use a knife and fork. 256-505-0885 is a number to call. Again, how do snakes eat their food? A, swallowed whole. B, they bite it into pieces. C, they don't eat, or D, they use a knife and fork. 256-505-0885. I've got my caller right now. Stay on the phone line with me while I start this song. It's Chris McClarney. Hallelujah for the Cross, right here on the Lifeline Morning Show. Good morning.
Good morning.
What's going on, Richard Udi?
Doing fine.
Oh, very good, man. All right, well, let's see. I got a question here. It's all about snakes. Do you like snakes?
Don't like them. I know about them.
Yeah, you know about them, but you don't like them. I think the only good snake's a dead snake myself. I'm sorry. I don't like them at all. So here we go. The question I have for you is this, sir. How do snakes eat their food? Do they swallow it whole? Do they bite it into pieces? They simply don't eat, or they use a knife and fork?
Swallow it whole.
Exactly right. We had chickens growing up, and when those snakes got in there in the hen house, they'd get those eggs and swallow them whole. It's funny. It looked like a sausage link. You could have big humps in the middle of that snake, 2 or 3 of them, because they got done eating. They were satisfied. All right, man. Well, hey, 3 gift cards. What do you think about that?
I like it. I'm going to pass them on, though.
All right, man. Well, we can totally do that. Hey, tell me about one person in your life that really means a lot to you, Richard.
One person would be my wife, of course.
Awesome. All right, man. Well, very good. What does she mean to you?
It means a lot to me. She's always there for me. Helps me.
All right, man.
Always. All right.
Well, thank you so much for calling. Have a great day.
All right.
All right.
Thank you.
Yes, sir. Bye.
Bye.
All right, Richard Udi calling in and rolling those gift cards over. So that means the next person has a chance of winning 6 gift cards instead of 3. So let's do this thing, shall we? I love when you mash up different animals, especially when that's in the name, like a catbird. You ever heard of a catbird before? Well, what type of fish is a dogfish? Is it a whale, an eel, a shark, or a shellfish? 256-505-0885 is the number to call. Again, what type of fish is a dogfish? Is it a whale, an eel, a shark, or a shellfish? 256-505-0885 is the number to call. Again, it's 256-505-0885. Waiting on your call right now. 6 gift cards up for grabs. 88.5 JFM, good morning.
Good morning.
Hey, how's it going?
Good.
Good, what's your name?
Barrett.
Barrett. All right, Barrett. Are you happy it's Friday?
Yep.
Anything special happening at school today?
Book fair.
Oh, really? A book fair? Very cool. You know, I used to love going to those things, the big posters that they'd have and all the cool books. They had all kinds of neat things. So is there something in particular you've got your eye on at the book fair?
No, not really.
Okay. All right. Well, let's see if maybe we can have a little fun. Maybe set your eyes on 6 gift cards right here. I got this question for you. It's all about fish, a particular kind of fish. What type of fish is a dogfish? Is it a whale, an eel, a shark, or a shellfish?
A shark.
Shark is correct. Congratulations to you. So stinking smart. You got it, man. So I wonder about 2 people in your life that really mean a lot to you, that you're going to share the love with, that you're going to give a gift card to. Who are they, and what do they mean to you?
My friend Eli.
Eli? All right. What do you like about that guy?
He always plays with me, and he's just really kind.
Aw, that's cool, man. You need those kinds of friends. That's awesome. And who is that second person?
My mom.
Oh, your mom. Oh, you're going to make it all ushy and gushy here. Okay, so tell me, what do you love about your mom?
She cares for me every day, even whenever it's probably the worst days.
Wow. That's pretty cool. I love it, man. Thank you for sharing the love here on the radio. Hey, what's your last name, Barrett? Is Mom in the car with you?
Hey.
Hey, Mom, how are you?
Good, how are you?
I'm doing all right. I can't complain. I wanted to ask you, how did it feel to have Barrett shout you out like that?
Oh, it just warms my heart.
Oh, I love it. Those are magical moments and things you don't soon forget. I'm so glad he shouted you out. And thank you so much for trusting us with Barrett. We really appreciate it.
Thank you.
All right. Y'all have a wonderful day, okay?
All right.
All right. Bye.
Bye.
Barrett Watson getting this Friday kicked off right with some gift cards. How much fun is that? Yeah, good stuff. Thanks for calling me, Barrett. And I love when y'all shout out your moms and your dads and your grandmas and your grandpas, and who knows who's going to have some love shared their way. Sometimes it's teachers and best friends. Sometimes it's the bus driver or the cafeteria worker. Sometimes it's a pastor or maybe a doctor, or sometimes it's an SRO, those officers that are keeping our kids safe in the classrooms and throughout our school systems. So, hey, I just wanted to let you know, seriously, from the bottom of my heart, I look forward to this every single day. I love talking with you because often I don't get to hear from you. Just normally on the radio, I'm just talking about stuff in a studio all by myself. But it's nice to know that you're there and that we can learn a little bit about each other. And I love that I can give away some free stuff. So a big thank you to all the businesses who help us do that. And Wendy's with their Frosties, Albertville Home Bakery with their cupcakes and cookies, and of course, Caring Heart Thrift Store in Arab, always making it happen with those $5 gift cards. Believe it or not, you can buy a lot at the thrift store with $5. It's really cool. If you've never been in there before, you are in for a treat. Most times they're actually playing this radio station while you shop. So yeah, Felicia, the whole crew up there, just amazing people. So glad to have these partners and so glad that we can have some fun here on the radio. And guess what? We'll do it again coming up on Monday. So be ready for that. Hey, have you checked out our website lately? Well, you're going to notice there is a brand new event posted. It's right after the Andrew Ripp concert. On those banners, it rolls across. So we got Andrew Ripp coming. Of course, that's November 12th. That's been up there for a while. And by the way, I'm going to have tickets to that concert, so be listening for your chance to win. Plus, the newest one is the Zach Williams 100 Highways Tour. It's coming in spring to Huntsville, the Mark C. Smith Concert Hall, May 5th. He's going to have Riley Clemens with him. Tickets are not on sale quite yet, but you can get all the information you need to know about how to purchase those tickets as soon as they go on sale by clicking that banner at the top of our website, 885jfm.com. All right, I got some business and ministry impact partners, some weather, some word of life to get to, and a whole lot of fun stuff to talk about. So let's do it, shall we? Your word of life today is so good. From Matthew chapter 7, verse 7, in the New Living Translation of the Bible. It's a testament to keeping on, keeping on. It says this: Keep on asking, and you'll receive what you ask for. Keep on seeking, and you will find. Keep on knocking, and the door will be open to you. Think about that for a second. Wow, how many times have you knocked and nobody came to the door and you gave up? You turned around, you went on your way. Well, Jesus is inviting you to keep knocking because something's going to happen. We just got to have some patience. You just got to wait for it. And sometimes that's not so easy. Yeah, sometimes you want something to happen in your life. You ask for it to happen and it doesn't happen. Well, he says, keep on asking. And how about that thing, that thing that you lost that you really need to find? You're kind of desperate for it. You're looking all over the house. You're turning everything over. You're taking the couch cushions off, looking in all the nooks and crannies. Keep on looking. Guess what? You're going to find it. Those promises, 3 of them, all wrapped up in one verse. Why don't you share that word of life with somebody? Encourage them a little bit. Tell them how you've seen that come about in your life. And the payoff is amazing. So, yeah, we've got it ready for you across all of our socials and at the top of our website, 885jfm.com. Well, stick around. We got your Drive Time Devotion coming up.
This is Pastor Gary Kraft with your Drive Time Devotion. In the movie Nacho Libre, Nacho was a monk who secretly dreamed of being a wrestler. He was rather ill-equipped, but determined to win at any cost. After losing his first match, he continued repeating, "I want to win," and was willing to go to any lengths to make his dream come true. It's a hilariously funny movie, but sometimes the key to fulfilling our dreams is not winning at any cost. It can be loving at the cost of losing an argument. Because we don't have to win, but we do have to love if we want to be fulfilled. That's the way Christ created us. We were made to love and be loved. But sometimes our desire to win overshadows our need to love. We can end up winning an argument and losing a friend. The writer of Proverbs told us that a soft answer turns away wrath. Jesus taught us that we should return love for hate and blessing for cursing. That's not how you win an argument, but it may be the key to saving a relationship. Pride insists on winning. Humble love is willing to let someone else have the last word. Are your relationships worth that humble move? You may have others pinned down with your razor logic and inescapable comebacks, all the while wounding their hearts deeply. You may be destroying the bridges of love and trust that close relationships are made of. Surrender your wrestling mask and go for love today. Let's pray. Father, I want to win at loving those you put in my life. Help me humble myself and let some things go instead of wounding those I love. In Jesus' name, amen.
Sometimes I'm afraid we get a little too excited about these celebrities around us. And there's one thing that I've found out is that these people who are so popular, who are the celebrities, the highest paid movie actors, all the musicians, all the people out there in the public eye, well, they're people just like you and me. And that's one thing I've really realized as I've gotten to know some of our artists that we play right here on the radio. Some of these people are the most down-to-earth people you'll ever meet. One of them in particular, Darren from We Are Messengers. Yeah, he is pretty cool. He's a really nice guy. And I'm always just blown away at how humble these people are. Mark Hall of Casting Crowns, just an awesome guy. Well, let me tell you about a movie actor, one you've probably heard of before. Yeah, he's lended his voice to a few cartoon movies as well, like, let's see, what's the name of that one? Sing. Yeah, he played a koala in that one, Mr. Moon. And a lot of movies, like Failure to Launch, other movies like that. In fact, if a celebrity crush were still a thing, I'd say it was probably my wife's celebrity crush. She always lets me know she likes watching Matthew McConaughey's work. So, hey, Matthew McConaughey is quite a deep thinker. And he had a little something to say about loving what you do. How exactly you can do that. So, what does it take? What 2 things do you have to mix together? Well, take a listen.
You define what you have an innate ability for and match that with what you're willing to hustle to get. Yeah. Sometimes we have an innate ability, but we don't want to work for it. We take it for granted. And we end up doing something that may work, may pay the bills, may get us by day to day. But we don't really like it. We have trouble finding a way to enjoy it. Definitely don't love it. And then sometimes we don't know what our innate ability is, and we're hustling and working our tail off and breaking a sweat to do something that we really aren't that good at on an innate level. And that's a good challenge. And you can work and become good at something that you don't have an innate ability for, but if you can match those two, what do you have an innate ability to do? Because what we have an innate ability to do, when we do that well, we do kind of enjoy it.
I love that because we all have an innate ability to do something very well. God has gifted us some amazing skills, abilities, talents, things that we're passionate about. But you're like, Steven, I'm very passionate about this, that, or the other, but I don't ever see that paying the bills. Well, let me just tell you, there are a lot of creative ways to make money in this world, especially with, social media, with technology, with the interweb, all the stuff that you have at your fingertips. And when's the last time you looked to see if there was a career in that thing that you're passionate about? When's the last time you really did a study to find out what's really needed in your community? And if you fit that need, I just want to tell you, the options are limitless out there. You have an amazing opportunity to make a huge impact in your world, just off of what God has given you already. So finding an avenue to use that to better other people, and sure, to make a living at the same time, I think that's a pretty worthwhile endeavor. So why don't you seek it out? Why don't you search it out a little bit? Maybe it's something you put on the back burner years ago, something you almost forgot about, something you've been so passionate about, but life happened and it's just not been that important to you. Well, I want you to think about it. Give it some more thought. Why don't you do a little study and figure out how you can use that, and ask God to bless it, to give you an opportunity to use what He's given you. And you watch what He does. I think you'll be pleasantly surprised. Who knows? There might be a career change coming up for you, or it might be that you do that as your side thing for a while, but it still brings you fulfillment because you love what you're doing. And that's what they say. If you love what you do, you'll never work a day in your life. Wow. Can I tell you something? I really enjoy hanging out with you right here on the radio. I really do. I love this. So does it feel like work to me? No, not really. Thanks for hanging out with me here on the Lifeline Morning Show. There's David Leonard with Josh Baldwin, and Every Hour. What are the odds? You're going down the road, you're behind one of those big dump trucks, and they're loaded to the gills. I mean, you can see it heaped up on top of there, and you're a little too close. What are the odds you're about to get a cracked windshield? Yeah, the odds are not in your favor, right? You're probably going to get a cracked windshield. Back off of that dump truck, right? But then again, I mean, you could be driving underneath some trees somewhere, a nut falls off and cracks your windshield. Now, that's a little extreme, I understand, but what are the odds that something just, out of this world ends up, hitting your front porch? It kind of happened in Arkansas. I'd like to tell you about it if you stick around here. What if we are not alone? What if there are extraterrestrials? Terrestrials. No, something I'm getting ready to share with you here on the radio is about something from out of this world. It hit a family's patio in Arkansas. What was it? Is it a new form of life? New civilizations? Stick around. Sorry, I know it was corny. I live life on the cob. Here's Cade Thompson with Arms of Jesus. I'll get this ready and bring it to you pretty soon, okay? Thanks for hanging out. Working on coming up with an explanation as to why this would have happened, but while I'm thinking through this, have you ever heard of space junk before? Yeah, all that stuff floating around in our atmosphere, actually up in orbit, and sometimes it falls down to the earth. Now, I would like to think that most of that stuff burns up on entry, but what if some of it makes it to the ground? Well, you don't quite know where it's going to land, right? Well, maybe that's it, maybe not. Got a story coming up I'm going to share with you. Yeah, it's pretty interesting, so stick around. I don't know about you, but I'm mesmerized by all of these pictures that I see coming from these space telescopes that show, different galaxies and different solar systems and all the stars and all this stuff. It's so mesmerizing to me, and it makes me feel so small because I'm just one human on the Earth in the Milky Way. It's just one solar system in another group of solar systems, and there's so many solar systems out there, and it makes me feel so tiny, There's a lot of stuff out there. Is there more life? I don't know, but I mean, if there is, I hope they're friendly. You know? But you see these movies pop up from time to time about alien abductions and all these things that happen from these beings of other worlds. And honestly, I'm here for it because I love some sci-fi, right? I used to love watching Stargate back in the day. Just imagining that you could walk through a portal to another planet and meet new people. I thought that was awesome. Oh, I was really a Star Trek nerd too. So I'm a Trekkie. Yeah. I loved it. The Enterprise one. That was the best one for me anyway. Not the original, but you know, the Next Generation was my jam. But this story right here really piqued my interest for so many reasons because there's a possibility it's from something out of this world. Here's just a little taste of what's been going on up in Arkansas.
I'm afraid we're smoking.
Yeah, the sound you just heard, well, that was water coming out of the water hose because they're trying to keep this deck from catching back on fire. There is a huge hole in John's deck in Arkansas, and they don't know where it came from. Here's how they discovered it.
It was like 3 a.m. and the house was full of smoke. So I ran around, got the girls up, and then I was searching the house. I even got up in the attic, like looking, where's this smoke all coming from until we came out here. It wasn't like big flames like you would think for that much wood being on fire because all the hot tub water went out and put out the fire before we even woke up.
Yeah, so it was kind of taken care of already, but a little bit of smoke left. But what caused the fire? Well, you see, the fire department came out, they did some searching, and there were no electrical lines anywhere near where this fire originated from. And it seems to have burned from the bottom up, which is strange too. So that leads them to wonder, could this be something from outside of this world? Maybe a meteorite? Well, here's what they did.
My friend Paul gives me this to do metal magnet fishing.
Right.
And I literally went like that, and like that, and like that, and it clicked, and like I got a bite, and there it was. You want to see it?
Yeah, we'd love to see it. Wow. That picked up real fast.
Why would there be this kind of fire in a metal rock?
Right.
A big hole, a fire, a metal rock. I think you put 2 and 2 together, and yeah, it's probably a meteorite, but here's the thing. They contacted the USGS to ask them, hey, could this be a meteorite? And they said, well, you see, the whole process that we need to go through to certify it as a meteorite takes about a year, and it has to have the governor's approval. And unfortunately, right now, there's a backlog. So evidently, they're not going to find out if this was a meteorite or not for a very long time. But anyway, it's just kind of a cool story because, I mean, you know, had no idea where it comes from, but you're okay. I'm glad the family was all right. John Devane of Greenwood, Arkansas. He and his family are just fine, just a little perplexed by all this stuff that went down. But it's making headlines, and so they're having their 15 minutes of fame, and they seem like a pretty cool family. So I was so glad to bring you the story. Thanks for hanging out with me here on the Lifeline Morning Show. Oh, okay, I'm going to do it against my better judgment. I've often wondered what it would feel like to be abducted by an alien until I had a colonoscopy. We all have a past, and let's be honest, sometimes we get in trouble when we linger there a little too long. We start remembering all the times that we messed up, and we don't need to do that. You know why? Because that's in the past. Can't really do anything about that. You got to keep moving forward. Well, I came across a guy who posted a little something that talks about that, and I want you to stick around and hear it for yourself. So would you please, right after Josh Baldwin and Let the Redeemed? It's going to be good, I promise. I came across Peter Compton over on TikTok, and I wanted to share a little bit of his story with you. I love the caption underneath this video where he shared a little video clip that's really been helping him lately. And I love that we can share this with each other and kind of build our faith. Peter says, something I'm starting to really understand and is truly changing my life is this idea that God actually has my best interest at heart. It's one I really had a hard time connecting to. See, he always thought that he was vindictive or intense or vengeful. But he says, as I've started to look towards a God that is loving and wants what's best for me, my whole life is improved because I'm finally letting God improve it. I love that sentiment. So here's a little snippet that he shared I think it's so good. This comes to you from Jeffrey R. Holland. Take a listen to this.
Past is to be learned from but not lived in. We look back to claim the embers from glowing experiences, but not the ashes. Faith is always pointed toward the future. Faith builds on the past, but never longs to stay there. Faith trusts that God has great things in store for each of us.
He does. He has great things in store for you. I wanted you to remember that. Here's Shane and Shane with You've Already Won right here on the Lifeline Morning Show. Hey, would you do me a favor? Lick your lips real quick. Lick them. Go ahead and get them really nice and moist. Ready? All right, we're about to put them together and start whistling. Can you whistle this tune? Good job. Keep it up. Keep it up. It's a great song. Jordan Feliz, The King is Alive, right here on the Lifeline Morning Show.
Come on now, get in line with it. Sing it out, tell them God did it.
Well, I was sitting here in the studio trying to think of the differences between a dad joke and a mom joke. And I think I've got it down. I'll let you be the judge. I'll share it with you next with a little mom joke that might make you laugh. Stick around. Okay, the biggest differences between a dad joke and a mom joke. I would say a dad joke is like walking full face into a spider web. I mean, you know exactly when you're hit with it. And I hate walking into a spider web. It takes forever to get it out of my hair and off of my ears. I got big ears. So it tickles for a while, right? And later on in the day, it's like, I thought I got all of it, but I didn't. Yeah, that dad joke just hits you. Well, that's great and all, but I think moms sometimes are a little smarter than dads. Yeah, so I would liken a mom joke to walking behind somebody in an aisle at Walmart who is secretly crop dusting right in front of you. You have no idea what's going on, but the longer you follow that person, the sooner you realize the smell starts to hit you. It's like, it hits you like a ton of bricks. You gotta get out of there, right? You gotta get out of that aisle. I'm sorry, I've been on both sides of that, both being the crop duster and the one being crop dusted, and neither one of them are great. But anyway, I digress. Hannah Quinn, she posted a little something. I would definitely call this a mom joke because it's sneaky, it's crafty. You have no idea what's about to hit you until it finally does, and when it does, you're like, oh, really? Here, take a listen to how it all went down in her workplace.
They said you sound like an owl.
They said I sound like an owl?
Yeah.
Who? Oh my...
Dude. They said you sound like an owl.
Who?
Dude, Megan, they said you sound like an owl.
Who?
They said you sound like an owl.
Excuse me?
They said you sound like an owl.
Who said that?
Jesse, they said you sound like an owl.
Who? I just walked.
Hey, what's up?
They said you sound like an owl.
I sound like an owl? Who said that? Oh.
Reagan. I'm sorry. They said you sound like an owl.
I hate this. I hate everything about this.
They said that you sound like an owl.
I almost said who, but...
Did you hear that? I almost said who, but then I realized that was the point of the joke. They said you sound like an owl. Who? Who says I sound like an owl? I love it. Oh, that's one of those little jokes your kid might tell, but when mom pulls it off, it is epic. Keep the humor coming, Mom. Here's Sidewalk Prophets with Smile, which I hope you're doing right now, with maybe a little chuckle involved. I've only ever heard Taco Tuesday. I've never heard any other taco day. But I'm reporting to you now that there is another day of the week in which tacos are acceptable. It's just not here in the U.S. It's another country altogether where it's not Taco Tuesday, it's Taco Friday? What? Yeah, you're going to hear from one of those people who are living in that country, and she's going to blow your mind with some taco facts and give you some new ways of eating tacos too. So stick around. I would love to introduce you to Krista Alexa. You see, it's a pretty cool thing she has on her profile. She says, "Welcome to my life in the fjords." Yeah, American mom to 2 under 2. And she lives in Norway. Yeah, pretty cool, right? Well, she is sharing a little something that you might not have known before today. Yeah. You know, here in the States, we have Taco Tuesday. The alliteration works. Taco Tuesday. Both start with the T. So it sounds good. It goes together. But in Norway, they do things differently. It's not Taco Tuesday. Well, first, they say Friday a little differently. That kind of makes it work. But here, I want her to share their craze about tacos with you.
It's Friday, so let me introduce you to Norwegian tacos. Trigger warning.
You might think it would be the US, but after Mexico, Norway is the highest consumer of tacos in the entire world. And they are often consumed on Taco Fredag or Taco Friday. But the Norwegian taco is in a class of its own. So if you were expecting some authentic Mexican cuisine or even something that resembles Tex-Mex, you're in for a rude awakening. Ground beef, seasoned by taco spice mix, the essential canned corn, sour cream, Norwegia cheese, canned salsa, though we've made our own, guacamole, but the avocados in Norway are usually too sad to buy at the grocery store. Cucumbers are often popular, and maybe even pineapple. I once saw someone put ketchup on their taco, and I can never look at them the same again. Norwegians also have strong feelings as to the order in which these tacos are assembled, but you essentially wrap it up in a burrito and enjoy. At first I thought it was an abomination, but now when my Viking asks me what I want for dinner, I occasionally respond, tacos, and then I wonder if I have lived here too long.
What do you think? Taco Fridays. You know, I'm an equal opportunity taco eater. I don't care if it's Tuesday or Thursday or Friday. Any day of the week is good for tacos. But in Norway, they have Taco Fridays. In fact, somebody actually commented on this post and said that they were learning Norwegian on Duolingo, and they were wondering why that particular term was so important. And now they know, because Taco Friday is a huge deal over there. Here's Zach Williams with Sunday's Coming. Oh, Sunday's a good day to eat tacos too. I'm just hungry right now. One of the coolest things I get to do here on the radio is introduce you to new music. And this artist has been around for a little while. You know her from My Jesus and Sunday Sermons, Me on Your Mind, maybe even the 7th of June. That one hasn't really hit radio yet, but this one right here, it's hitting right now. And the name of it is Strong. And I want you to hear the story behind the song from the artist herself. Here's Ann Wilson.
I wrote this song to remind myself and anyone else who's struggling that real strength isn't fighting our way through on our own. It's hitting your knees, looking up, and asking God to give you the strength you need to make it through. Whether that's a job loss, a battle with an addiction or anxiety, depression, family trouble, sickness, whatever it is that's making you feel weak. I hope when you hear this song, you'll remember where true strength comes from. The world's gonna try to break you, but He's the one who makes you strong. Here's my new song, Strong.
There's songs like these right here that can really encourage you, help you know everything's gonna be okay, give you that extra oomph to keep going, you know? So I hope you enjoy it. It's brand new. It's Strong from Ann Wilson.
Strong, try to make them all think I'm strong. Yeah, the face I keep putting on says I ain't tired, but these tear-stained eyes ain't lying.
It seems like you may have forgotten a few things about yourself. So let me just remind you. You've got an amazing heart. You're kind. You're beautiful. You're brave. You're smart. You can do hard things. You deserve love. You deserve kindness. You deserve all the happiness your heart can contain. You've got so much endurance. You fought so hard and so long. You've got grit. You are amazing. You've got this. And I'm proud of you.
Thanks, Dad. Warming up nicely out there in the mid to upper 60s and low 70s across North Alabama right now. Hope you're having a great morning so far. I'm seeing some sunshine outside these JFM studio windows in Gunnersville. Let me tell you, today's word of life is so good. It's 3 promises wrapped up in one verse. It's from Matthew chapter 7, verse 7 in the New Living Translation of the Bible. Keep on asking and you will receive what you ask for. Keep on seeking and you will find. Keep on knocking and the door will be opened to you. Wow, that talks to me about the resilience we have to have. You got to keep on keeping on. So keep up the good work. Everything's going to work out. Got to be patient. That can be hard, but it's going to be all right. Why don't you share that word of life with somebody? We've got it ready for you across all of our socials and at the top of our website, 885jfm.com. Hey, our website's a place where you can go to find out about some amazing concerts, like the Andrew Ripp Big Feelings Tour that's coming up pretty soon, actually. November 12th. It's going to be an amazing night. Andrew Ripp, Rachel Lampa, and Blessing offered together. Plus, coming up in the spring, I just got to announce this yesterday, Zach Williams on his 100 Highways tour. Yeah, it's going to be amazing. May 5th, Mark C. Concert Hall up at the Von Braun Center in Huntsville. It's going to be great. He's going to have Riley Clemens with him. So tickets aren't on sale quite yet, but find that banner at the top of our website, click it, and you can find out all you need to know about how you can purchase tickets as soon as they become available. All right, sound good? Plus, you can click that On Now button up there and listen to us from wherever you happen to be. And we would love to keep you company all day long. All right, so I've been told by my loved ones that I should do this a little more often. So coming up, I'm going to get into character a little bit. I'm going to bring a voice to you. And we're going to talk about the city of love. We're going to talk about Paris, France. And how it recently made headlines. No, it's something pretty cool. I want you to stick around and hear it for yourself. And I get to act a little bit. So, hey, it's a win-win. All right, ready? Let's do it right after Tasha Layton and Never, right here on the Lifeline Morning Show on your 88.5 JFM, making your day better. Let me set the stage for you. So this guy really thinks that this lady is the one. And here is his proposal to her. Mon ami, I love you so much. I want to take you on a trip. You come with me on a date. We shall have fun. I will take you to all of the sights of Paris. We shall go up to the top of the Eiffel Tower, and we shall look down on all the land below, and we shall be mesmerized by the sight. But that is not the climax of the trip. No, later I shall take you to a secluded garden on the River Seine. We shall eat dinner together, and there we shall think of our lives together as I get down on one knee and I ask you to be my wife. What do you think? Sound good? Sounds good? Yeah, well, that's exactly what this guy had in mind, right? Went to Paris. Amir Khan is the guy, and the lady is Kat Warren. And you see, it was on a Thursday, and they were in the middle of their trip. They were at the top of the Eiffel Tower, and then they got stuck up there. Why? Well, because some weirdo decided they wanted to climb the Eiffel Tower. And so the police showed up and closed down all the elevators, and everybody was kind of stuck up there. And this story was actually captured by an AP reporter, Associated Press reporter, who happened to be up there at the same time. So he went ahead and did a little work while he was up there, bringing this story to everybody. Well, luckily they were able to get that guy off of the Eiffel Tower. They opened the elevators back up. But, you know, since they were up there for so long, Amir thought, hey, I had all these other things planned. We were going to go eat dinner and all this, but I know that she's always loved Paris. And she's told me about her dream of being proposed to, either on top of or underneath the Eiffel Tower. So let's just make this happen. So he dropped down on one knee, he asked the question, and she said yes. Congratulations to these two. You never know what kind of twists and turns a day is going to bring, but they were able to make the most of it. And they really have an amazing story to tell their future family about. So, yeah, pretty cool stuff. Just had to bring it to you. I loved this story, and let's just make the most of those little hiccups that happen. Let's see just what kind of good we can get out of them, right? Somehow, it all works out, right? Here's Mercy Me with Even If, right here on the Lifeline Morning Show on your 88.5 JFM, making your day better. To laugh often and much. To win the respect of intelligent people and the affection of children. To earn the appreciation of honest critics and endure the betrayal of false friends. To appreciate beauty. To find the best in others. To leave the world a bit better, whether by a healthy child, a garden patch, or a redeemed social condition. To know even one life has breathed easier because you have lived. This is to have succeeded. I love those words. Ralph Waldo Emerson, today's inspiring quote of the day. And wow, that speaks volumes, doesn't it? It tells me that this life, it's not all about the stuff. It's not about the fancy things, the pretty shiny things. No, it's about relationships. It's about the people around you. And you have the power to impact those people. And the question is, are you impacting them in a positive way or a negative way? That's a question we all have to ask ourselves. Are we leaving this place better than we found it? When we walk into a room, does the atmosphere change for the better or for the worse, or does it just stay the same? Hey, it's something that we're all working on. I just wanted to bring it to your attention. You're doing a pretty good job. Keep up the good work. And you know, we can always improve. There are things I know I need to improve on. I'm working on them. We can do it together. It's a little easier if we know we're not alone, right? Yeah. Thank you for hanging out with me this morning here on the Lifeline Morning Show. It's been an absolute blast. I can't believe it's already the end of the week. For me, for the show anyway. I hope you have the best Friday ever. Have a great weekend. And I'll see you right back here on Monday morning from 6 to 10 for another Lifeline Morning Show. We'll have the car line competition. We'll have a blast. We'll have some fun stuff to talk about. And I wanted to remind you, we do the show, put it together as a podcast afterwards at 10:15 over on Spotify. You can find it. It's just Lifeline Morning Show. You can find today's show right there. All right? If you would, go ahead and maybe subscribe, share it with a friend. We greatly appreciate that. All right. I'll see you back here on Monday.